Hello. Today we're going to be making this little thing, this little book, memory book, keepsake card, something like that. Originally, actually, they were medieval prayer books and they hang from your waist. I know you can't quite see my waist there, imagine, and it opens up like that with your medieval prayers in, or your secret love letters apparently, hanging from your kirtle or one of those words like that, which might be completely wrong, which is a medieval dress. You can make them a bit fancy with some painting on using the dotting technique I'm going to show you tomorrow. You can give a Christmas vibe to this. So I've reused Christmas cards with this backwards and forwards because when it opens up it looks very much like a star. So you've got this kind of star-like shape. So you could have that as a decoration as well. So if you want to give it a Christmassy vibe, that's fine. That's not the right time of year while I'm making this. And we're reusing some cards. And it's a really, really simple materials that we need. I nearly said ingredients then. So we need some cards and we need to do some accurate measuring. I'm going to reuse Christmas cards today, but you could, or greetings cards actually. I'm not sure that they were Christmas ones. But you can use this kind of card which is like from the cat food packaging, or anything really, anything as long as it's thicker for the edges. And I've measured these into 7 centimetres. You can do any size that you want. I've just done 7 centimetre squares because that fitted the picture that I had. So we've got 7 centimetre squares and we need some pieces of paper to go with them, and these pieces of paper need to be both smaller and bigger. What? So we've got a 7 centimetre square and we're going to take 1 centimetre off, which will make 6 centimetres. Well done. We're going to double that, 12 centimetres. And now we have a 12 centimetre square, so that when we fold it, it's going to be smaller, but at the moment it's bigger. That's what I meant. 2 7 centimetre squares of card, 3 12 centimetre squares of paper. Look at that, there was another one hiding underneath. Always good to have one for a practice, just in case. Now you can use any kind of paper for that, any kind of paper at all. Patterns, you can have plain, you can do whatever, it just needs to be thin enough to fold. We're going to need a length of ribbon, which is long enough to go through both of them. So they were 7 centimetres, so it could be, do a bit more than 15. You want maybe a 20 centimetre bit of ribbon, scissors, glue, the usual stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is put our squares on the side, put these things out the way so that you can see me, and we're going to do our first fold. And our first fold is going to look like this. So we're going to fold it that way and that way. So I'm going to go like that. When I am folding, especially when I do my live sessions, I always have to keep picking it up all the time. But it's easier to make your good fold that you know very well you need to make by keeping it onto a hard surface like this. So giving it a really good fold across and making that so you have got it. Now this is a valley fold, looking like a V, looking like a valley. And we need our other one to be a mountain fold. How am I going to turn my valley into a mountain? I'm going to turn it over. Turn over your piece of paper, that one, turn it over and fold one diagonal, not both of them, just one of them. Okay, so I was folding up like that. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do one diagonal. So that will leave me with this square unfolded, and that's where you could do your writing while you've got these folded bits up like this. So if you want to stick a photo on there or anything like that, you could get that sorted. Okay, now we want to have the folds which are the cross going downwards like that, and the fold which was on the diagonal going upwards like that, because what I'm going to do now is get my 2 diagonal ones and fold them up and make a little square. Oh, hang on, that was a bit fast. Can you do that again? Yes, absolutely. I'll do it on this one. So we're looking at our diagonal fold and we're wanting that to go upwards. So I'm going to have that folded like that and I'm going to want that to go upwards. I'm going to put my finger in the very middle there and just push it so that it will form that sort of little thing. I'm going to bring this corner to this corner and this corner to this corner at the same moment and I'm going to do it straight down into the camera so that you can see it, and it's going to do that. So in the end, you've now got your 6 centimetre square, which is 1 centimetre smaller than the piece of card. You might need to just look over that again and again, you know, pause and go back. So we started with that, we went with that, we folded it up like that. Remember that because it's coming in a few weeks' time for tea bag folding, and we've got it like that. You're then going to stick them together next to each other like that. And it really doesn't matter how many you do. I've chosen to do 3 today, but you can see that's 3, and if you fitted another couple in, it would make it more star-like. You could do as many as you like. We're just going to put a little bit of glue on top, and we're only using this kind of glue because it's just paper, nothing fancy. And just making sure, with it being a square, you've got an open end and a pointy end, and they look very similar. Make sure your 2 pointy ends are together and your 2 open ends are together. So that's my non-open end, that's my open end, so that it will go like that. When you've got them, that's 3 of them stuck together like that, we're going to stick them on our card. You're going to get your 2 pieces of card. If you have a picture where it matters which way up it is, you'll just need to give this a little bit of thought and making sure it's the right way and facing the right way round. But I've deliberately chosen one that doesn't really matter with a pattern like that. And I want you to put it in front of you like that. So there's a finger width gap in between it, and it looks like a diamond rather than a square. So put it down like that and put a stripe of glue down the middle, because that is where you're going to put your ribbon. So you're going to stick your ribbon down about a finger in between, stick your ribbon along, and it's going to look like that. The reason it needs a gap in between is in order to facilitate that folding around bit. You're going to have quite a lot of thick paper in there in a moment, so you need that, and we need these bits on the end for hanging. That's what it's going to look like. You're then going to put a little bit of glue on each of those, and you're going to get your 6 centimetre bit of paper and put it on top, pull this round and put it on top. Just make sure everything lines up. The good thing, as I often say about this glue, is there's a little bit of give. It doesn't stick straight away. So if you do want to just reorganise it a little bit because you realise your picture's upside down or something, it's up to you to decide with your picture, because this is really how it looks a diamond. So when you cut your picture out, you might want to make sure it's facing the right way, or you might want to not worry about that really, because it could go through the post like that. So you can hang it up like that kind of hang, or like that kind of hang, and it opens up in a lovely star. But the point is, you could write memories in there, you can stick photographs, you can write. The whole piece of paper is still a square, so you could just write across there. Inspirational quotes would probably take the place of the medieval prayers. But if you wanted to have that with you and you need some inspiration one time and you just need to look at it, you could get everybody in the family to write something nice and it would look really good. The extra variation is to just make it even posher by using fabric like this. So this time I've used a piece of card which is this thick corrugated card, and cut a piece of fabric which is a couple of centimetres bigger all the way around. This was one of those charm packs, so the square was already cut, and I put double-sided tape all the way around it. And all I'm going to do is pull it taut and wrap it as if it was a present. You know when you're wrapping it and you just do that with the corners and then fold it down. You know, just like wrapping a present, or if you're as old as me, wrapping your books with wallpaper when you went to school. For some reason that doesn't seem to make sense anymore. When you've done it like that, you can put another backing piece of paper there if you want to, but it's not absolutely necessary. Just remember that you need to get your ribbon in first, because that's the only thing that you can forget. So I've got my ribbon sitting like that, and I am going to put that one through first because I half made this one for us. Then I'm going to stick that on top, and that looks like a kind of ultra posh version with just a bit extra because it's got the lovely fabric on like that. And obviously I always go for this Liberty style. You could make that any style that you want and it would open up. This is going to be for a special friend of mine for her birthday, with pictures and memories of 40 years of friendship in there for her. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you're going to have a really good time making those, and I will see you for some more crafting fun soon.